I'm here. Where are you? You're here. Hi, everybody. We're Mike and Jen, and we are delighted to have you guys all with us tonight on Ask Us Anything. And I'm just trying to get our right position here in the RV, and I realized I forgot my glasses, so I'm having trouble. I can't believe how fast my eyesight goes in here. Let's see. Yeah, this is Jen's glasses. Oh, now I can read really good. Well, now what are you gonna
I'll just sit here.
do? No. Hey, everybody, we are delighted to have all of you with us tonight on Ask Us Anything. And a whole bunch of you are waiting out there, and we're pretty excited about all of that to have so many of you on board. First up was our friends Davis, Tandy, and Buster in Rochester, New York for now, but they're moving to beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. I saw where they're moving today. I got an email from them.
I bet you want to move there.
Well, I think, it would be pretty nice. Knoxville's a great place. You're right on the edge of the Smoky Mountains, and you can have
Ooh.
a great time. So, hey, welcome everybody. Potter Pup, are you concerned with TV over kitchen prep area? Oh, there's a TV in the thing. Not really, because there's one right back here too. But I was watching it today. I turned it on. It's fine.
Probably worried about me making a mess, splashing water, steam from cooking.
Ah,
I think the burners are far enough away, it won't be a problem.
yeah, I don't think so. We are not big TV watchers, but
Well, we
uh,
don't want to break the
we
TV
don't want to break it, but I mean they've been in there in that position for a long time, and they
for
haven't had
quite
a
a few
problem.
years, so
So I don't think it will
we'll
be a
let you
problem.
know.
Hey, thank you for that question. And did you see how they asked that with question all in caps? That way we get to see who's watching us and or who's asking a question and who's making a comment, and it helps us bring them up on the screen a little bit easier. Sometimes we're not able to quite get it. He says, name of my first golden retriever uh, was Potter, and had to get two to replace him when he passed. So Potter two, I got it. That's pretty good. Wow, you got a lot of questions. What is the unity that has the wonder that the wonder does not? This is the new our new RV. We still have only had it a couple 3 weeks. I think it'll be 3 weeks Wednesday.
Okay, the Unity had the slide. It had the Murphy bed, but
Mhm.
you can get a Wonder with a Murphy bed.
Yeah,
That's the two easy ones.
that's the two easy ones. Maybe a little bit
Mercedes
more.
engine.
Mercedes, it was on the Sprinter chassis. Um, it came stock with auto leveling. Well, not stock, but factory installed. But we had auto leveling installed the day after we bought it. I took it to Elkhart. As you can see, there's a video on the channel.
I know one you won't think of. You had a screen. This has a shade, but it doesn't have a screen. The Unity had a little shade you could pull down to keep the sun out,
Oh, a little like
like a shade.
yeah, I wouldn't have noticed that.
Right.
He's got some other things. Ducted air. That's a big thing. This has an air conditioner right over our heads, right there. You can see it, and it's right over our heads, and it does a great job of cooling off the bedroom area where we're sitting right now on one of the twin rear beds. But it doesn't do a really great air conditioning job up front.
So you mean Bo's going to want another rig?
Bo's going to want another rig. Yeah, he might. So that is certainly one of the differences that we notice. Um, all tanks, including propane, are larger, maybe a little bit, but I think these are 28 gallons. Not bad. Um, uh,
Twin beds become a queen.
Become a queen, not a king. We like the twins. So, here's the thing: when people pick out something like we did, they pick it out because that's what they like. You may not like that. You may like something completely different. Does that make me wrong or you wrong? It makes us both right. And that's the beauty of so many different models. We really like having these two beds fully made up. We also like the big garage storage and lots of things. And this none of these are forever. We've gotten into the thing where we can pretty much flip these every because we put so many any extras on and
Miles.
miles, and we can flip them after a year and a half too. But right now we're pretty darn excited about this thing. So, Rick, your Unity had New Mexico plates. The Wonder has Michigan. Well, it had them only briefly. And the advantage is if you can buy it in New Mexico, you pay 3% sales tax. If you buy it in Michigan, it's 6% sales tax. But we did that and we had it for a couple months, and then we went to Michigan I think at the end of the year, we of last year, we transferred it over into the got Michigan place because we're spending this is our official state of domicile with its incredibly high taxes. But that's the law. So
And if I can say, also going into Canada, our license plates were Michigan. I mean, our driver's
oh
license is
yeah, driver's
Michigan.
lights were Michigan, and how
It
come
just
your car was got because
it
we
just
bought it
makes for
there,
confusion.
and yeah, so in the long term, it's not worth the we didn't think the hassle, and so we these are the same plates we had on the Unity, and we just transferred them over. Um, you guys asked the
Well,
most.
that's a good
Yeah,
question.
I guess
It's
I
a
never
very
would
good
think people
question.
would be asking these questions. They find it. You referenced the Aqua Waffle Body Towel several years ago.
Oh yeah, those towels. I know what you're talking about.
Are those currently recommended towels, or have you found something new?
I don't like those towels that much because it takes forever for them to get dry. So they're not my favorite.
Yeah, we even use them other than once or twice?
Oh no, we're talking about those. I think I know what he's talking about, and it takes forever for them to dry.
Yeah, but we didn't really use them very much, do we?
Yeah,
Oh, we did.
they're in the house right now.
Oh, okay. Because we went actually shopping today for some new towels for this unit.
And now
Uh,
I got to take them back.
yeah, yeah. We
I'm not good at shopping. It's painful for me to shop.
they look good in the store. We just didn't like the colors, so that's how it went.
And then with COVID, you don't want to shop.
Yeah. How do you like the Ford chassis versus Mercedes chassis? I wrote a story, a big, long story on it, and it's on the blog, and you can find it. Just go to the rvlifestyle.com, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it. I think it's 9 reasons why we chose the Ford over the Mercedes. The Sprinter, choose the Transit chassis, which this is on over the Sprinter. Lots of reasons. We like the way it drives. We like
Regular gas,
regular gas. We like the fact that it had all-wheel drive.
easier to get service.
Easier to get service. We think we're
We
not
think.
100% certain yet, so
We're hoping.
we'll not know. But I did a big post on it because you guys always ask me that every week. And remember, I said, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I said, I'll write a post. I'll write a post, and so I did this long post, and you can find that at rvlifestyle.com.
I'm going to say something right now. When you get a rig, and there's curves and turns all over the place. Sometimes it's easier to go to a carpet store and measure out a hunk of carpet and have them bind the edges and use that rather than trying to find
Oh
rugs.
yeah. No, I
It's
don't know
very
if I can
difficult.
show
Don't
that.
mess up.
Yeah, I
It's
messed
not
it up.
important.
Then we got a little throw rug, kind of a Bed Bath and Beyond, not a throw rug. It's like an entry rug, and it'll grab dirt from Bo when he comes in, and our boots and stuff. But
I need better rugs.
we need better rugs.
And the bad part is having Bo who sheds all the time, trying to keep him clean.
Yeah. Jennifer, here's one from Linnea. She says this is from North. She's in North Carolina, and she says, Jennifer, are you feeling better?
I'm here, and I'm talking. How many did I go? 2 or 3 weeks without speaking?
A couple of 3 weeks, yeah.
And he always thinks I'm mad at him when I don't speak.
It's weird when your wife isn't talking, but she couldn't speak without this
Coughing.
cough. She had an infection. We went to a pulmonologist, and you're still, you're still taking
If I start coughing,
some
I'm
medicine.
out of here.
Yeah, but much better. She couldn't even talk without coughing, and she gets like that. Her lungs have always been. Remember, if you all remember, if you follow us, about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, we were out in Montana, and she had this cough come up, and it turned out to be pneumonia, and that was not fun. You ended up in the hospital out there in Red Lodge, Montana, which is one of our little favorite towns. So it worked out. It worked great.
I'm learning more medical terms than I really want to learn right now.
Yeah, yep. But we're getting it. Woohoo! Everybody, round of applause. James Harris, a $10 super chat. Thank you, James. We're always supposed to tell you best practices from Google is tell everybody about super chat if you want to support this channel and all the stuff we do a little bit. Super chat is one way you can support us, and you also support YouTube because they get a third of whatever you send. But
30%.
But hey, it's great, and it really means a lot to us to see them. So James, thank you so much for that super chat. I was trying to download a sound effect for when people send super chats in, and anyway, James asked a question. He's from Tofu in Manhattan Beach, California. Did you get the diesel generator or propane, and why? Propane. we've had propane on almost all of our RVs, and we just don't have any problem with it. Could diesel let us boondock longer? Maybe, but you know, the length of time that we boondock usually is more limited by how fast you fill up the black water tanks and the gray water tanks or empty the fresh. And in our case, that's about 5 days. And that's plenty of time for me to run the generator. I don't run the generator much. Um, maybe for the air conditioning, that's the only thing I have to run the generator for. Everything else runs on the two lithium batteries, and I've got 400 watts of solar, which are always charging the battery. So it's just not a limiting factor. I think, I think propane runs just a little cooler. I don't like the smell of diesel, even though it's not that bad, but I don't like it right, outside the window there when it's running. It's just it's not a major problem with me. I could have been happy with either. Um, let's go through, and I'm looking for
Wouldn't it be that
questions.
you wouldn't get diesel because this is petroleum,
Oh yeah,
regular
well
gas?
I think they have one that runs on gas now. I don't know if they
Oh,
I think they have one. I didn't even ask the question. Didn't It's just not a factor for me. I have no problem with propane, so it didn't bother me. How do you like the all-wheel drive? Ask me that when we go up north in Michigan's Upper Peninsula for our January campout, and we drive it in the snow. I know I will like it a lot in the snow, and that will be fun. Um, let's see. Uh, what is the hitch like on the new rig? Can it pull a small boat? It can pull 2,000 pounds. So if that small boat's under 2,000, yes.
it's a
It is
little
the
hitch.
smaller receiver. It's that little smaller receiver on the hitch. So you got to get an adapter if you got the big one. We don't intend to do much pulling of anything, but I think it could on this one. Now this model Wonder, which has the big garage, which has a lot of storage, it's right underneath us right here where we're sitting. Um, that holds I think 500 pounds. So it takes away the other Wonder on the Transit chassis that Leisure Travel Mans make can tow 3,000 pounds. But with that big garage, it cuts down on how much we can tow. We don't tow. So again, for us, this was just a good choice. The only thing I would perhaps put on the hitch is for our e-bikes. I think we can get one bike inside the garage, and we don't want to fill up at all because we put some other stuff in there, like the look at the sky chairs, those gravity chairs. We love those. So I might put a hitch on for it, but don't know yet because we haven't done a ton of camping with this thing. I haven't done any camping yet. We still are kind of working this thing out. Um,
But it has been really nice to fill it up slowly
yes,
instead
we
of
have
doing it
really
overnight.
taken our time.
Hmm.
Have you compared the service schedule between gas transit and diesel sprinter yet? Not really. Uh, Again, I'm not, you know, when it says fill the oil, I usually do even the diesels about every 5 to 10,000. We drive our units hard and fast, and so I'll probably do this about the same. I haven't pulled them up and said, "Oh, look at this one can go longer or this one's shorter." Those just aren't really important things to me. Now, some of you guys I know really get into that stuff, and that's okay. Just personally, I want to. I'm more focused on putting. I have 3 cameras hooked up now on the dash for our videos. That's what I get excited about. So I have 3 cameras now hooked up and ready to go on the dash. Jennifer's looking like, what did he do? That's what I was doing all this afternoon, hooking up the third one. And then I've been working on trying to make a microphone so it doesn't pick up, the road as you're. Anyway, that's the stuff that gets me excited. So some of you guys can look at the service schedule and propane, but I'm more into those gadgets. We're all different people, and that's kind of fun. So I'm just scrolling through this list, and because I don't have my glasses on, I'm not going to put them on. I can just look for a question, and when I put the question up, like this one, my LP Cummins 2500 watt generator was taken out to be repaired. Can I still use my propane for the cooktop and water heater safely? I don't know why you would not be able to. I would assume that the propane at the generator is off. The cooktop and the water heater are separate, I would think.
Call and ask.
Call and ask your dealer or whoever it is, but you don't need the generator for those. So I'm sure they're on separate circuits or separate lines, so you should be okay. Um, let's see. Lots of you saying hi, and we really appreciate that. Uh, why did you think you needed all-wheel drive? Two roads, two things. One, sandy roads and sandy trails when we're off boondocking, and two, snow-covered roads when we're out camping in the wintertime. All-wheel drive just does a really nice job with both of those.
And even like where we live in Michigan, it's hilly.
It is kind of hilly. By Michigan standards, it's hilly. Yeah.
By Michigan
The rest of
standards.
you guys out
Not
west.
out west or
Yeah,
Smoky
you say
Mountains.
that's a hill. Yeah, yep. Um, enjoyed your video about maximizing storage space. Can you give a ballpark money and how much you spent? I think it all added up to a little over, right around $200. I think that wasn't much. I mean, I don't know. Can we see over
You're gonna
here?
disconnect.
Over here.
You're gonna disconnect, boy.
There's one of those nets right there. I haven't put anything in it. We've got a bunch of those around, and you can see it on the video. But it's not very much money. It's not very much money at all. So, and they really do a nice job. Let's take a quick look for more questions. So we do appreciate everybody being here. How do you manage with your electric bikes? Did you find a bike rack? Well, we have a bike rack that would work on this. I just need that adapter so I can put the small hitch in, which I have somewhere in the garage of my house. And one of them we'll be working on it this week. I'll be trying to put one in the garage underneath us here, and that'll be in one of our videos. We've got a video coming on how we've got everything set up, and a kind of an outside tour and inside tour, because you guys keep asking all these questions, and we're happy to answer them. So we'll kind of do a show and tell, and we'll find out a lot about that this week. But that's our plan, to take one inside and then put one on a hitch in the back. And the rack we use is the one we got from Rad Power Bikes years ago, and it's the Hollywood rack. And the one we have is a newer model out now, but we like that rack. Remember, these e-bikes are heavy. They weigh 65 pounds. So two of them, 130 pounds. And so that's something else I want to do this week, is actually load this thing up, put a full tank of fresh water in, and head it to one of the cat scales, along the highway, and see how this works out in terms of load and pounds. So, want to go for a ride?
Sure.
You and me and Bo and all of our stuff in here. Lots of you. Joan, how are you feeling? Jennifer, you probably will get a bunch of these.
I'm doing better. I can speak without coughing. Very happy.
Yeah. Okay, questions. Karen, can you please tell us where you purchased the large national map with your recent video? Barnes and Noble. We buy it every year. Can you know where it is? Could you grab it out of there and I could just show everybody that? Gosh, you guys watch everything. It's so fun. I do these things and I kind of just show it. I never stop to think that, well, maybe we better tell everybody. But I believe we get this at Barnes and Noble, and we usually get one every year. And thank you, dear. This is the map you're talking about, and it's from Michelin. You can probably order it on Amazon. But this baby, you can see it's got holes in it. We wear it out every year, and it's the whole country. And look at how worn out this goes. It's every road in the whole nation, and we love this thing. Oh, now I really mixed it up.
Yeah, you better get it to me.
We love this thing because
continue with what you're doing.
We can set it up on the table, like the table I'm on right now, and we can just see where we're going to go. Jennifer takes little colored pencils and marks where we are. We see little routes around it. I know you can do so much of that stuff you can do digitally, but there's nothing like that map. And I love to see we're going to go that far today or whatever it is. So, but I think it's Barnes and Noble. Isn't that where we usually get that?
Usually.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get it online.
Yeah. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, we did some of the storage things that we picked up from Organized Obi, and I think there's a link in the video and on the rvlifestyle.com blog, the story we posted, where you can get a 5% discount from Organized Obi. Great little company in Elkhart. They make all this stuff, and I felt so guilty because I went in on a Friday afternoon. It was the Friday before the 4th of July, and they were just shutting down. And Steve, the ad guy, said, the advertising manager says, "Yeah, I'll show you around." And I said, "Will you come out and look at my RV?" And he came out. He spent like 2 hours with me, and I know they were all going home for the long weekend, and such nice guys, and it's good. But they're not that expensive. All those little things, and you can really organize it.
And I wish I would have gone with you on that trip. You kind of stopped by without having that planned.
I didn't plan it. No. Well, you were with the
I was
grandkids.
with the grandkids and my daughter-in-law,
That was the day
Amy, and
we were getting the levelers put on this, and I got done about noon. I said, "Well, hey, I'm in Elkhart. Let's do something else."
I had been with you the day before, but I
Yep.
didn't go that day.
Uh, Question: RV soft start. They said it voids manufacturer warranty. Thoughts you had one installed? I didn't get it installed yet. That's on my list to do. I've got a RV tech, mobile tech that'll come. Maybe it'll void the warranty. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'd like this thing to be able to run the air conditioner run without having to turn the generator on, and that's why. I don't know who they said it voids the manufacturer. Maybe the company that you make. Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's a risk you take whenever you add anything to an RV. Does it void the warranty? Maybe. We've had 7 RVs. We've never had a warranty claim on an air conditioner. I don't know how long they're good for. How long the warranty's there. I know most of the stuff can be repaired fairly easy by mobile techs, and that's another one of those things. I just don't worry about it. I don't worry about is that going to void the warranty in the air conditioner? Because I want that soft start.
Usually I worry, and it's much better not to
Yeah, I don't
worry.
worry. What, me worry? Isn't that it? Uh, that's pretty good. All right, questions. Debbie, do you have exhaust fan in the kitchen area? Is there one or two fans? Two fans. One right,
Actually, by the bathroom,
and then there's a
shower bathroom, and then in the bathroom,
yep. So there's two of them.
but not right over the kitchen area.
Nope. But
There's a
if
big window.
there's a window that you can open. There's the screen door. There's the front
Oh, and there's the skylight.
and the skylight. Yeah, which is really nice. Got to remember to shut that. We're out in the RV now, and if it rains, would it be a good fix for a leaky window? What would be a good fix for a leaky window? We just had a bad rainstorm, and our main window started leaking from the top.
Well, I would take it in.
Take it to one of the glass places, or I don't know. I don't know who you'd take it to. Maybe call your dealer. Call a mobile RV tech. They deal with everything, and just say, "Hey, what's involved? Can you do that? Where do I take it?" I think
You
that's
don't want to mess with a leak.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Um, do you know if instead of emergency exit window, you could have a regular screened window that you could open? This is the emergency exit window here, and you can't open it. You just have to take it out. I think for safety reasons, no. Although I'm curious because this is a Class C. The other Class C we had did not have one of those. None of the Class Bs we had one of those. This one on the Ford Transit does have. This is that emergency safety. You got to like pull that out. There's another window
There's
over
not
here.
A screen here.
There's no screen here. There
There's
is over
only a
here,
screen on
right
half
there.
the
That
window.
part is open, but not this part. So I don't know. I'm, I figure I can get 5 feet, 10 feet to the door, but didn't I have that open?
It opens a little bit
Okay.
more.
You showed that added screen to show full time. Oh, the rear camera view. Can you explain how you added that and what you chose? I just went to my dealer and I said, "What do you have for a rear-mounted camera that I can wired?" I wanted wired. I didn't want wireless, and a screen. And they gave me 2 or 3 options, and I said that one, and I had them install it, and it's installed perfectly. I'll show you in the video we do probably next Saturday where we'll do our walkthrough of this thing. And that was one of the extras we did. That was a Jennifer extra. You want to see out the window.
I want to see what's behind me.
And some of our sprinters, our Class Bs, had a setting that you could leave you could leave the screen on all the time, but it was kind of focused down, and you really didn't see the road. So we installed an option on our last RV, the Unity, and really liked that screen. And we did it here, and the dealer installed it, and I had him install it just before I picked it up, and it's perfect. They did such a nice job, and the camera's on all the time when the engine started. You can turn it off. I tend to turn it off at night because I don't like the lights at night, but And I don't even know the brand of it, but I'll show you in the video when we do one this week that you can find them at any RV dealer. Just ask them. But my advice is get the wired one. It's a little more difficult to install because I got to run wires to the camera, but wireless can just get going the fritz a little bit easier. Uh,
Wireless is less likely to act up.
no, wireless is more active to act up, I think. How tall is the garage in the back, and do you have to take the front wheel off of your bike?
I bet that front wheel is going to have to come off.
I think so. I think you do. I don't know what the height is. I think you do. The ones I've seen, they've taken the front wheel off, and they can get 2 road bikes in. I've seen that. We'll see how it goes with the e-bike.
E-bikes are larger.
And they're a lot lots larger. Paul asked a question. We were wondering who you guys use for your roadside assistance coverage. Love your new rig. Everybody thinks about that. When you buy a new RV, the manufacturer gives you, I think, 2 years of roadside assistance. So we have that from Leisure Travel Van because we bought this and I got their stuff for 2 years. We are members of Good Sam, which also has a roadside service. And
FMCA.
And the FMCA, we're members of that, and they have some roadside assistance. So we have a whole bunch. But usually your manufacturer, if you're buying a new rig, throws that in and you get it. Hey, I saw some thumbs up. Would you all give us some thumbs up if you like this video? And you saw what super chats are like, right? And the super chat is a way for us to for you to help support us if you want it to show your appreciation or we love it because it's fun. It gets us all excited. There, I say I did mention super chat. Everybody says I don't ever report that. I should. What did you use to put up your pictures and weather station? The pictures are from a company called, where are they? I saw there's one over your side. Oh, right here, right over here, this one. The pictures are from a company called Mixtile. And at the back of that little frame there that you see, there is a little adhesive that will stick to the wall. We've had them in our other RV. We drove lots and lots of miles with it. It never caused a problem, never came out. And when I took them off the wall, they left no marks, and I was able to stick them on. Mixtile, Mixtile. You use photos that you take with your smartphone. And for the weather station that we installed, we've been doing that in every RV we have. We get pretty much the same one. Outside sensor, inside mount on the wall. We use command strip tape for the wall, and then I use heavy duty hook and loop outside fasteners. You can get it at it's a stick-on adhesive, and you can get that at Home Depot or Lowe's or one of the big stores. Okay, looking for questions, and if I'm missing anything you guys say, it's only because there's so many people on here. And we want to get as many as we can. Here's Neil. What's happening, Neil? Thunder Bay, Ontario. Why all-wheel drive is better? Like I say, snow and sandy roads. We really like that. Is there any way to boost your gain? Headphone on full. Can't hear you as well this week. I can't. This is the microphone we're using, and I'm not going to hold it like that because I know you hear me good there.
Well, you could hold it.
I could, but it's not. It's a lot of. Well, who's going to do all the rest of that stuff? I only got 2 hands and I got 3 screens.
You can hold it.
Yeah, so give me a break. I need a microphone. There's a tripod I have for this, and I lost it. I don't know where it is, and it would fit right there. And I'll try and hold it like that. So,
good help's hard to find.
I can use the microphone that's built in. I can see it's a little better. It's showing up. I can use the microphone that's built into the camera or into the laptop here, but I noticed last week it sounded real high-pitched and tinny almost, so I didn't like it. What do you think of that, Jen?
I don't know what I think of that.
Back to my news days. The Gadget Guru. Hey, guys, can you tell the difference of driving the Sprinter versus the Ford? Interior noise, electronics, is adaptive cruise and lane keeping. Yeah, they all had that. So did the Sprinter. So does this one. We've only driven this thing 400 miles, so we got a lot more driving to do. But my immediate impression is it's much quieter. And that's why I spent all day today getting the 3 cameras set up and a couple of different microphones so you can hear us, because we like to do the videos as we're driving too. But that's the immediate thing, is that it's quiet. And they both have pretty much the same safety features. I have 2 60-pound golden retrievers. Is that too much for an RV?
Depends on how much you all like being close.
too much for me. We have one 65-pound elk hound.
You know, Goldens are such lovers.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, those are your
You
kids.
know, they don't care.
Yeah, they're your kids. They'll be happy anywhere.
Yeah.
Uh, we've seen lots of people with,
Two.
and even in Class Bs with 2 Goldens. I think of our
Didn't we
friends
see
the
one couple?
Mellons.
They had 4 standards.
Yeah, 4 people. Yeah,
Four standards.
Red Rover has 4 standard poodles, and those are big guys. So
Sweet
in the
dogs.
Class B.
Sweet dogs.
So no, it's not too much. Those are your kids, and
Yeah.
and you do great with them. What motorhome insurance company do you recommend, and what do they cover? You know, what's the state the best to register, insure like this? Your state of residence. If you're a full timer, you can choose where to register, from North Dakota to South Dakota to Texas to Florida, Montana. Those are kind of the favorite states for full timers to register for tax reasons. For insurance, you know, shop it around. You
don't want insurance from Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan insurance is really expensive, but it's what state you're domiciled in that counts. Yeah. So it's going to stay. We're with on this one, and I don't necessarily recommend them. I think it's Progressive, and it's fine. You know, it's fine, but shop it around. There's lots of places that will give you a quote. John or Joan, did any of your other LTV rigs have comparable storage to the Wonder? No, but the one we had before had more interior storage. This one has less interior storage than we did. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, quite a bit less, I would say.
Yeah.
And we're still loading it. I mean, today you did.
We're just figuring things out where you put everything.
You
every
dishes.
RV you have to refigure.
And it's funny because I have a drawer that we used to call it my junk drawer.
And I had my junk drawer. We had 2 junk drawers.
And
we don't have that.
So, but I found a new solution. I went through. I took all the stuff out of the old one and put it in a paper bag, and about 3/4 of that was truly junk, and I threw it away.
Oh, how I would love you to do that in the house.
Shh,
you have wires and things that you don't even know.
I know. I got a lot of stuff to do.
Our kids are going to curse us someday.
But I did organize my junk drawer, and I put it all in a little plastic case, which I really like that because I found a little nook for that. So we'll show you all this. We're taking our time getting used to it, and that's been really, it's like usually we get one of these and we have to go immediately. And I mean, the last one, literally, we left cross country. We got it on a Thursday and we left Friday morning. No, didn't we leave that afternoon? I think we did.
We have done that in the past.
And so this one, we're just coming out and sitting in it and looking around and thinking about it. And it's been really, really nice to do it that way. What dash cam did you choose? I'll show you that. It's a 4K dash cam. It's actually 2 dash cams, one that looks back. That's camera 1. One that looks at us. That's camera 2. And it's from Blackvue, BLACKVUE. And I'll tell you all about that in one of our videos. I had one in my other RV. It's I think the best one on the market. Bo's got some dogs running by. Let's see. When you got your leveling jacks, did you get the Sumo springs? No, I don't think we need them. This thing rides so nice. We did not get. I would have gotten them on some of our Bs, our Class B vans.
They needed them.
Yeah.
They needed.
Would you turn up your audio? This is as good.
This is as good as it's going to get.
So, listen harder. I'm
maybe
sorry.
If we get closer.
It should be better. Maybe that's from one of the earlier ones, but I can't do much about it. What kind of new rear view camera did you install? I don't even know the name of it. I have no idea. It's from the RV dealer. They all sell them. There's 2 or 3 different brands. I'll show you this one when we do the video and go from there. Mike and Jennifer, tomorrow we'll go on our first boondocking experience. We're going to a
Southwest Florida, maybe.
I don't know.
Preserve?
Southwest Florida Weapons of Mass Destruction Preserve. Makes as much sense. Wish us luck. Okay. Good luck. Have a great time. Have fun. Have a great time. Is the 25-gallon gas tank enough of the range at 12.5? Actually, yeah, add it up. I'll let you know. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference between 12.5 and 14.5, and I think that the 12.5 will get better as I drive it. The first, I filled it up at about a little over a little over half a tank, and I was averaging 11. And then when I filled it up the second time,
Oh, come.
I was I was 12.5, and I don't know what I'll be when we drive it, but
Bo's busy.
Bo is very busy. There's actually a bunch of dogs and
A lot of
kids
kids
running
screaming.
down in front, so he's
This is
having some
something
fun.
new. A lot of houses have turned over on our street, and we have a lot of kids.
We do. There's a bunch of new people that have moved into our street. We're gonna have to go get him,
I'm
I
going to
think.
have to go
All right.
after him.
I've been wondering why you switched editing software from Final Cut to Adobe. Well, I did that about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So I've documented our married life together for 30 years. As a hobbyist, I used Final Cut. Just curious. I switched 5 years ago to Premiere. That's the standard pretty much in the broadcast industry. Final Cut's okay. I like the original Final Cut. I think it was, and then they cheapened it up and made it more affordable. And I very very seldom use Final Cut. Adobe Premiere is just that's pretty much the standard for video editing software for video serious amateurs and professionals. So, uh, but it's been a long time since I had Final Cut. I mean, I think maybe the first couple of years, but I switched on. Did you get the optional outdoor table? We did. And do you bring a barbecue grill with you? We do. Uh, Thank you for asking that, Beverly. Yeah, and I have they gave you in this they gave me that little nozzle to let me hook up the propane to my grill. I just have to get the hose that will adapt to it. But we did get that optional table. We'll show you that in the walkthrough video that we'll be doing in the next week or so. I think that's our plan. We've got about 6 videos that you guys keep asking us to do, and we love your suggestions. And because with this COVID thing, everything is shutting down again. We may be doing all of our traveling, so it's a good thing we have a lot of videos to do. Robin, how did you and Jen meet? Years of marriage. Well, gosh, we met. Somebody asked us this a year or so ago, and we met at a high school dance in her senior year of high school. We both. We were. She was a high school. I'm 1 year older than her, so I'd graduated from high school the year before. That fall, that spring, and she had one more year to go. We met at a dance, and that was half a century ago, so a long time. Um, let's see. Thanks for the tip about the super bag. We ordered ours yesterday. Yeah, but we're not sure. We may use super bags on these beds, these rear twin beds that we're sitting on right now. But then again, we may get fitted sheets and have them made. We need to get them made up. I think from a custom sheet maker. We're looking into that. We'll see. Hey, super chat $4.99. Thank you, Jim. How's the macerating toilet in the rear twin bed? Any difference in the foot flush traditional models? Same thing with the only thing difference is you push a switch on the wall to flush it, and you can just flush it or you can macerate it, and it's kind of like another macerator before the final macerator when you dump it. So in a sense, you got 2 macerators on this. We tried a Wonder out last year for about 2,000 miles and really liked it. And that was one of the things we liked. It's a ceramic toilet in this, and I think all of the Leisures are ceramic toilets. But pretty much the same chemicals, all that stuff that you would use everywhere else. Did Bo have a good time?
Yes. We have new neighbors that live directly across the street.
Yep.
They have 4 children.
Yep.
And a 14-year-old dog that doesn't quite know where his yard is, but he'll figure it out.
Oh, well. Well, Bo was delighted to meet him, I'm sure. All right. I hope this microphone's working, everybody. Did you know if there's a place in Jacksonville, Florida to buy a van like yours? No, I don't think there is. I think there's only one dealer in Florida, Griseni's, and they're down somewhere near Tampa, I believe, in Florida. And then you can go to the Leisure Travel Van site, and they list all their dealers there. But that's for a new one. Now, many places sell old Sunshine State RVs just over in Gainesville from you there. has probably the largest inventory of used small motorhomes, and usually they have a couple of leasers, so you can check with them as well. It is it is a seller's market. I'll tell you that the RV industry is booming. I am interviewed almost every week. I'm doing an interview this week for CBS Radio for one of their national radio shows, and that's what everybody wants to know is, wow, how many people are buying RVs? What's it like out there? Question: do you know if there's a? Oh, I'm sorry, I put that up, and we saw your auto leveler install video. Where did they install the hydraulic pump unit? Did you lose any inside or outside? No, it was all underneath, and it's pretty much under the just back under the chassis, just back from the middle door, and it's snugged in there just fine. When you leave your campsite for the day, do you leave something behind to show you're returning? Sometimes. Sometimes I have a little campsite occupied sign. In all of the times we've camped, all of the places we've boondocked, we've never had a problem with it. Some people have milk jugs and they have little signs, or they put some
Chair out that
rope
they don't
out,
mind
a chair
losing.
they don't mind losing, and I don't necessarily think that would happen either. But
Well, you got to be willing to, you take your chances.
yep, you do. But yeah, we usually try and pull that off there somewhere. Hey, we got a new super chat. Let me go find it here. It just came up, and oh my
Surprised
gosh,
it doesn't pop to the top.
it doesn't. Not on this software that we're using. But this is from Ivan and Jose. $20. Whoa! Thank you. What tool do you recommend for someone who wants to learn how to edit videos of our travels, for our family archives, and for our kids? Use whatever comes with your computer for that kind of stuff. You don't need to invest in high-end editing software. If you have a Mac, iMovie works great. I don't know what the comparable one on a Windows machine is. I haven't used Windows now in decades, so but iMovie works great. On your cell phone, there are many different video editing programs for either Android or iPhone that do a surprisingly good job. So go with what you have. You don't need to invest in a Adobe, Creative Suite software, all that stuff. You can find it, and it works pretty good. Who is your mobile tech in Michigan? I live in Farmington Hills. I'm not telling. Seriously, I'm not. There's not enough of these guys, and I do have one, but I'm going to have trouble getting them. All right, I'll tell you, Linda, because
we're family.
Because we're family. But don't tell me about. I use a guy. I think he's in Macomb. Yeah, Oh gosh, I wanted to say M53 RV Repair, something like that. Just look up RV Repair. He's just a great job, and there are a bunch of them around the state, and I'm a big fan of mobile techs. I have a 2021 Wonder RL coming November 20th. Ordered the lithium batteries. How are they? Wonder puts Dragonfly. Dragonfly is Battleborn. And I think they'll probably change it because Battleborn's become so well known. Dragonfly is the OEM, the original equipment manufacturer's brand that Battleborn makes. So when you get lithium installed at the factory, they are Dragonfly. But Dragonfly is just another name for Battleborn. So same company. And they've been great. What I like about this one is, and I'm sure I'm going to get a million questions and questions I can't answer because I haven't used it yet, but it does have, Battleborn has a heater on these batteries. So as you know, lithium doesn't work really well in cold weather. They don't like to charge or discharge. This has a heater that you can run. So, and the way they mount them in the garage, they're up off they're not hung on the bottom of the chassis where it's even colder. The garage is not heated, but they're in a nice little box, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, good. People say they can that they can hear us.
Good.
And I don't know what happened to my little tripod for this thing, but I didn't have time to go look for it, and we'll kind of we'll try and find it someplace, or I'll make one. And more questions. Let's keep scrolling through here. You need a couple of lavalier lights. I know these things. You think I just make this up? Of course we do. This is what we have right now. I could stop and go get something, but this is what we have. What type weather station do you have? Where do you place your outside? On the back? And the weather station is, I don't know, Oregon. The video's coming, and I'll show you every one of these that you ask all the questions of. But just look on Amazon for inside-outside thermometers and pick the one that looks best. They're all made pretty much, I think, by the same company. And I've had variations of the model we have here now in the last 3 RVs we've had, and they've all worked really good. So you can kind of check it there. Question from Bob: did you transfer your dish receiver and Wi-Fi setups, or you just replaced? I don't know. I don't have it. This is pre-wired for satellite. I left them on the old rig for the new buyers who bought it from us, and I'm sure they'll activate it. We did enjoy it, enjoy having dish, but it's not a top priority of ours right now. So, on my list of all the little things I want to do, that's probably something maybe over the winter, and we'll think about. They're very reasonably priced, and I like about Dish Outdoors is you can do it month by month instead of getting stuck, when you're not using it. So, but we did enjoy having the satellite. This comes pre-rigged, so I could put something up there, or there's a wire underneath if you want to just run a little dish out. We have that garage, so it's easier to store everything, and we'll kind of work that through. Does the driver's seat in the Ford raise and lower? It goes up. It doesn't go flat. It does both the driver and the passenger seat swivel. So that's nice to have. They both come around, but they do not go flat. And I don't know if I can show you.
Yeah, it's just 2 bucket seats.
Yeah, you've seen it. It's just 2 bucket seats. I don't want to lose my connection here and have it all go under. And that's really nice. So let's see. Do you have any regrets about wet bath versus standard bath? I'm not sure what you mean. This is a standard bath, and we have a standard
in the
self-contained.
B's, you had the wet baths.
Okay, these are dry baths. I would never have a wet bath again, ever. We never used them. They were just a mess. You had to clean them out. These are dedicated. Yeah, you clean them out. I
would have to clean it up.
These we use all the time, and this one I like this better. That's another factor we like. We have a dedicated bathroom and a dedicated shower.
But you are supposed to wipe it down every 6 months or something.
Yeah.
I've got to read that again.
What about the small black tank? This is the same size I think we've had in all of our other units. It's 28 or 30 gallons. I don't remember which, but right in there. I can get 4 or 5 days out of that. That's great. We run out of groceries about that time, so we're always someplace where we can empty it. It just hasn't been a issue. I don't, we could get a bigger RV and you get bigger tanks, but it's sort of self-defeating. This is just the right size to go in and out and visit. It is a little narrower and a little shorter than the Sprinter we had. This Transit build does a great night.
How much shorter is it?
About 3 inches. I think it's just under 10 feet.
Mentioning.
Well, shorter than the Sprinter.
Narrower.
Yeah.
How much?
I don't know. About the same, maybe 2 or 3. When do you think RV campsites will get back to normal? After the election. I mean, it'll all be better after the election, guaranteed. I don't know when everything will get normal. I mean, that's certainly everybody's suspicion, is that we're going to be disarrayed like this until November. The thing that's most disconcerting to me this week is there are strong rumors now that the U.S.-Canadian border will remain closed through the end of the year, to non-essential travel, of which RVing is that. So that's a pretty dead giveaway that things are going to be, and it hasn't happened. It expires, I think, July 31st, but all the talk I'm seeing from Canada and the U.S. indicates they're going to continue that travel ban. Many states, you're seeing cases go up. You see a lot of pro and con politics on it. I'm not giving you either side.
Okay, so that goes, the Canadians can't bring their rigs down here to winter.
They all start coming down right at the end of October. So, and then most of them go to Florida and Arizona. And guess what 2 states have the highest numbers these days? Florida and Arizona. So it's all in a great state of flux. And I
When we
think,
left Florida, people from everywhere were flocking in,
yeah,
and they were
and
so
we
happy and so excited and bouncing up and down because they were ready to vacation.
and we
They'd
kind of
been
looked.
locked up. We looked at each other and said, "This isn't good."
No, 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 it wasn't. And no, it's just crazy. Who would have thought? So it's just a mess out there. But I think campgrounds are slowly. Most of them are open. Most of the state campgrounds are open. But they're going to start cutting back again. There's talk in some states where they're going to stop. No more haircuts. I got my haircut this week just because that
And
might
I
happen.
gotta get mine done
Yeah,
before we go back into
and Bo needs
lockdown.
grooming again too. So let's just hope it doesn't. So that's great. Let's see. We're about to rent our first RV. It's a Class B. 4 hours generator use per day is included. Will we be comfortable at night in the Texas heat if we
Ooh.
boondock a couple of nights? No. No, you will not. 4 hours. I don't know what you mean 4 hours per day is included. I mean, unless they do a measure of how much you use it, why would they charge you more to use it?
It gets really hot
Yes.
in a bee. Excuse me. What, about 20, 30 degrees warmer?
When the sun, yeah,
When the sun's
any
beating
kind
on
of
it.
a closed vehicle, it's
Like a car, how
if
quick
it's
they
if it's
heat.
yeah if it's 60 degrees in just a few minutes, it can get 30 degrees, and if it's 70, 80 degrees, it's over 100. That's why many states don't let you keep dogs in there alone. So, but you are going to get hot, and 4 hours a day, it's a lot of noise with the generator. It's hard to sleep with the generator. I don't understand why they're including it. I think they must find a way to add another surcharge if you use the generator more than 4 hours a day. Generators are made to run, so it's not really excess wear and tear on your generator. But I don't know. That's whoever you're renting with. But you are going to get hot. I can tell you that in Texas if you're heading out there right now. Questions, and I see lots of you. Here's one from the Leisure Travel and Locks. Towing our Honda Element behind our 2017 Unity FX between 55 and 60. We average 15 to 16 miles an hour. Good for you. We don't tow. Have no interest in towing, although it would be nice to have something to run around with sometimes. Good for you. Yeah,
That's awesome.
those Sprinter diesels, they
Our
do a
workhorses.
great job with mileage. They really do. Can hear you fine on the iPhone and TV. I think you're good on your end. Okay, great. Thank you. I think it's because I'm holding this a little closer, but I got to find my tripod, and then we're good. I thought your new RV is a Class B. Nope, it's technically a Class C. That's what the insurance papers say. The title says. Marketing purposes, they call it a B plus. So it is a Class C. But don't be confused. This is a Class C. Our other ones were Class Bs. But the Class B is a van, a camper van. This is a Class C, and the B plus, which is really a C. That's where it gets confusing. Is not a van. It's actually the cab of the chassis, the Ford chassis, the Ford Transit, or sometimes the Sprinter chassis. But it's the cutaway chassis. So without the van stuff, come on, the RV part of it, the motorhome part, is a box basically that they assemble at the factory and bolt on outriggers and on the chassis. So there's the confusion. B is just a van that somebody goes through and they customize the inside. A Class C is a cutaway chassis where they put the box on it. I hope that kind of helps. I'm going to try and do a blog post this week about what's a Class B, what's a Class C. We like them both. We like small motorhomes.
So were A's the first out there? No, not really. It would be B's.
Well, I don't know what was the first, but A's for a long time were what everybody wanted. Those
That's what
great big
everybody had.
monsters. And now, a lot of people buying the smaller motorhomes are coming down from a B.
From an A. And that's why they want the automatic levelers, because they're used to automatic levelers with their A.
Yeah. Are you planning to do an ebook travel guide for the New England area anytime in the future? No, Steve, I don't think so. Just in terms of we did we may do something on Maine and up towards Acadia way, but because we have lost so much time on our schedule, we were supposed to have two more of them researched and done by our schedule this time. But you know what has happened. So we're now working on our next one, which I think will be Arizona. We're doing one. I think we are going to put together an ebook on a Great Lakes shoreline tour in the U.S., which follows the U.S. Great Lakes shoreline all around the five major Great Lakes. We did a video series on that a few years ago, and we really like to flesh that out into a book and add some new material. But um, because travel has been so shut down, we can't. We do have plans to get to New England, but it won't be anytime soon.
And we don't know what the future holds.
We don't. Are we all saying that these days? You know, can you can you imagine if I was to tell you back in January?
Where did you think you'd be 5 years from now?
Yeah, yeah. Where will we be a year from now? What is going on? It's just kind of crazy
Yeah,
out
when they
there.
have you do those planning sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you picture
Where do you
in
see
5
yourself
years?
in 5 years?
No, what do you see in a
Evaluating
month?
new versus used 2 to 3 year olds old with low mileage. Buying new with the factory warranty is a good option as opposed to used if the difference in price is $30K. Thoughts? Um, you know, you the depreciation is all gone when you buy used. That's a good deal, right? Uh, the new has the newer technology. For example, this one has lithium as an option. It now has a 2,000 watt inverter. It used to only be 1,000. It has what else does it have? It's got all-wheel drive. So, those things are not on last year's model of this. So, pick what you want, and then you have to decide: do you want to wait? If you're buying a new, you have to wait 14. We waited 6 months. Now I bet this is much longer. And on some of the Mercedes chassis, the wait is 12 to 14 to even 16 months out. That's how long to get a new one. So that's pretty crazy. And that's something you have to look at. Another question I have been asked a lot this week, because everybody's shopping for RVs, is I've had 3 or 4 emails just this week from people saying, I got what I want. I called the dealer, and they're only offering me a few $1,000s off. And I say, you're lucky to get that, because it is a seller's market. These things are selling so fast. So many people are going into the RV, because they can't go to Europe and they can't do their fancy hotel vacations, or they don't want to fly or do a cruise. So let's do an American road trip vacation this year. And they're buying these things, and dealers are smiling to the bank, but it's
Maybe next year there'll be a lot for sale.
There'll probably be a lot of used ones for sale next year. So if you can wait until then and see what happens. But there is not a lot of play. They don't discount, particularly like this brand, this leisure brand. The dealers don't discount these much. They're a little bit under manufacturer's suggested, but not by much more than a couple $1,000.
I can't get them to sell.
Yeah. They can't get in. The dealers, if you don't want it, they're buying these things sight unseen. Not just this brand, but many of the RVs. It's just a crazy world out there. Cheryl Cox, we're heading out to Yellowstone. I wish I was with you, Cheryl. In mid-August, has anyone stayed at Big Bay Bridge Campground? Yes, we have, and that's one of the few campgrounds where you can get in with a larger RV like that. It's crowded. Most of our national park campgrounds are not really very nice. There's not a lot of amenities. The infrastructure is old.
They got a shower?
Yeah, they have a shower. They have bathrooms that you can use, or you can hook up. I think they have power and your hookups at Bay Bridge Campground. We like the boondocking campgrounds at Yellowstone, and then we love camping on the National Forest campgrounds, which are boondocking all around every entrance to Yellowstone. But Bay Bridge, you'll do fine there with that, and and you're in Yellowstone, so you get to sleep in Yellowstone. You don't have to drive in every morning. That's great.
Best not to take a dog if you have a pet. Dogs or cats, try not to take your pets.
Hey, there's our friend Nancy Jenkins. Saw your video on Obi Co. Do you know if they have a company in Canada? They do not. They're U.S., but they do ship to Canada. So check them out. All right.
It's 8 bells.
Okay. I'm just kind of one with mixing your time between being in Michigan and on the road. How do you manage physical mail? Do you use a forwarding service exclusively or still collect? Well, we're getting local mail now, but there's not very much mail. We went 2 days this week without any mail at all. I mean, the post office is not getting nearly the mail they used
The
to.
junk flyer mail.
Uh, and we do have a forwarding service. We belong to the Escapees RV Club, and we use their forwarding service. But with the COVID shutdown, the whole mail system got all messed up. But if you're on the road a lot, as we are, we're home here. I don't know. I don't know when we can hit the road, and really take a big trip again for a couple of months. So we'll probably be doing trips. We've got lots planned, but they're all for just
They're
a few
probably short
days.
local trips.
2-3 days a week, and then coming back here. So we'll just keep our mail coming.
And I think that's comfortable for everybody if you're concerned about COVID, to be closer to home.
Yep. Just scanning in there. All right, we're up at the hour, and I know I missed a lot of people. I want to say hi to Ken Michelson, who I saw him out there someplace. I don't know if you're still there, Ken, but Ken's a good friend of ours from the dog park in Florida. And again, you guys, I just been able to go through and pull out the questions regarding the OB organizer pockets. I'm skittish about putting screws in the wall. Any alternatives? Not if you want them to stay there.
Don't do it if you're
Don't
concerned.
do it. Yeah, don't do it. Just don't do it. You just leave them when you sell it, but don't do it. That's my best. That's the thing that's so neat about this is you can make your own comfort level, and if you're skittish, don't do it. You could put some kind of adhesive, but it'll come right off. You do have to pull those things on. I think with screws. They're just little short screws,
but it's still a hole in your wall.
It is a hole in your wall, but if you leave them up there, there's no hole in your wall.
Yeah, he's got a couple more of these he wants to put up, and I'm kind of like going.
That's probably why I didn't bring you with me when I got him.
That's right. He didn't bring me with him. I like no clutter, no anything.
Do you use an app for bridge heights, width, and weight when traveling? Nope. Never have had a problem in almost 9 years of doing this. Never. Out east, there are more of them.
Yes.
Places where we have to do it, but we're under 10 feet, so and I've never had a problem, and I don't.
I'm the worrier in the family.
Yep, she is. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. Grunch. What was that? Yeah.
I remember at the condo.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Yep.
Somebody stopped us. Thank you.
Yes. Where was that?
At the condo. You were backing up.
Into what? Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Underneath an overhang. Yep, it was close.
You get in the box.
I do get in the box. How noisy is the air conditioning unit above the beds? Is it annoying? I have never met an air conditioner I liked in terms of noise, but yeah, it's noisy, but there's 3 different levels of speed that you can adjust. And there is another air conditioning, a friend of ours who builds these great camper vans, Advanced RV. They make an air conditioner that is drop dead silent. And
what does he charge for that?
I think 4,000, 5,000 probably. But if I was going to leave my air on all the time, I would like a quieter air conditioner. So I don't know. I might call up Mike and say, "Hey, Mike, can you put an air conditioner in this thing?" He's got, I forget the brand it is, but it's a great one. But yeah, it is noisy. It's not as noisy as some of our B vans were, but they are noisy.
Because what you get is on, off.
Oh yeah, if you want to keep the fan on all the time and then just have the compressor. Yeah, we carry a small little fan too that we use.
Because Bo is always on duty.
Gosh, there were a whole bunch of you on there, and I am so sorry. Here's Chris. He says, as a Canadian, I'm very proud of the quality of my Wonder rear twin bed since it's made in Canada. What's your impression of the fit and finish, and how does it compare to larger U.S. manufacturers? Chris, I'm proud to say this was made in Canada. I'm proud to say that Ford made the chassis here in good old USA. So I got the best of both worlds. And the folks at Leisure put a little made in Canada on the rear door and middle door, and I usually take it off because when you're shooting video, people see that and then they don't see the rest of the stuff. But I've left it on for a while now because if you really want to see how they build these things, I have a video up. Just do a search. It's under, I don't even know where you'd find, under one of the playlists. But it's how they build these things, and it's like a 40-minute video. We did a complete tour of their factory, and I was just so impressed with the way they got the attention to detail. And this has been.
You got to see what Chris did to modify his where you
Yeah,
got his
Chris,
sheets
send me a
and
note. Tell me
yeah.
what you
Tell
did for
us.
sheets, and we've got a couple
Did you
things we
take out
want
the
to.
wastebasket and put
Yeah,
in 2 permanent
yeah, we're
shelves?
thinking of doing that. Taking out the wastebasket. We're talking to a rear twin bed model. One thing I know, one of our readers sent us a note, is underneath the beds we got some storage. When you open that up, it's dark,
Yeah.
but we're gonna get some motion activated LED lights. Some little, I'm gonna put those under there. So lots of little fun things like that.
Now we got teased with the idea of something
You
that
did. You came up with the idea of having an automatic lifting up this thing that we're sitting on someday. Well, you can follow through on that. I'll do it if you find somebody that'll do it.
well, somebody gave me
You
that
got to
idea.
lift the bed up to get the storage underneath. I don't.
I'd like a button to push and it pops up.
Yeah. Well, why not? That's the nice thing about. It's another reason we like to buy our own, because we can, if we can figure that out, we can do that. It's ours, and we're not.
Maybe just one side, my side.
Do it. Well, if you can do it both, yes, I do it on both sides.
Might be expensive.
Many thanks for your explanation of B versus C. We have learned so much from you all. Oh, we have a lot we need to learn, because all these guys asking me all these tech stuff, and I wish I could hang around with them and they could teach me some of the mechanical stuff. But anyway, if you ever get to Corpus Christi, safe travels. God bless, and God bless you. And we are over time.
What a cute puppy!
Look at that puppy on your picture there, and that's great. Okay, in your estimation, could the garage on this unit accommodate 2 fold-up bikes? Yes, definitely, it could. It certainly could. So we wouldn't have any troubles there. All right, here's the link for that factory tour. I'll just leave that right up for a second. Oh my gosh, that's hard to find. You're gonna have to copy it real quick. Leisure Travel Van Factory Tour. It's right there. And thank you for putting that up, Phyllis. Hopefully that goes. Well, listen, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be doing the video. I think we're going to kind of do a long walkthrough, outside, inside, showing and explaining all the stuff that we've done, including Jen's organizing she spent today. People always, you guys want to know, so I'll do it. They want to know what pots and pans you bring. I'm a guy, just as long as I got a fork, and how many forks and knives. Well, we'll tell you all that stuff, and she'll show you how she put it in. And thank you guys for all the well wishes with Jennifer's health. She's feeling much better.
Got something happening Friday. I hope good results.
Yep, she got a test on Friday, or a little procedure on Friday, and so we're gonna get her going. But she's back. She's back. Thank you all. We love you very much. You guys have a great rest of the week. It's new week starting off, and you can reach us, Mike and Jen, at rvlifestyle.com. Check out our blog, rvlifestyle.com. And don't forget, on Wednesday, the RV podcast. All that information you find on our blog, rvlifestyle.com. Bye-bye.
Happy trails.